And turn it to me just to kind of get it there. All right, it's Friday. I'm going to get some more testing in for FTGW, which is the acronym I use for this game. Might do about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. We'll see. Let me just make sure the chat's coming up over there. Good. That means I can close Chrome. It's always nice. All right, so let's get some games in. Again, it's pretty casual. I'm really just going through the motions just so I can test mechanics and whatnot in a standard campaign. So if you're looking specifically for like national team related stuff, I'm probably not going to hit it this stream or this session just because that's a Premier League thing. You have a Premier League save over here, and then you can see some of the national team stuff going on over here. And then you have goals and stuff, and then you have the tournaments and whatnot, if I check the calendar. But I'm essentially just done playing and streaming it, because why not? Let me go back to... I forgot I had... this is Austria, I think. Pretty sure this is Austria. Yeah, it is. It's an Austrian save. Might jump up back on this at some point. You never know. Again, it is just kind of testing things. Testing all sorts of different things, but I tend to focus on one campaign at a time. I tried the Austrian bonus. I'm also kind of testing football and cultures to see how they feel. Let's see. Yeah, and something new to this game is obviously the World Championship. Even if your country doesn't make it, you'll still get news. Because the World Championships go on even if countries don't qualify. And then you'll be able to actually follow the results and whatnot. It actually gets simulated in the back end. You can check out the teams and all that stuff. So if I go to probably tables and then I go to World Championship, I can see all of this stuff going on. And then this actually updates in real time, or actually as the calendar progresses. So as time goes by, I can kind of see the different group rankings get updated, and then I can see the semifinals and whatnot. And then I think you can see that for most situations. This is World Championship qualifiers. And then obviously it's based on the countries in your campaign. So if you have a larger set of countries, you'll have larger tournaments and whatnot. That's just the World Championship, though. Let's see. And then you see Italy won. And the cool thing about it is, even though you're not directly involved, you'll see the ratings change. So you see Spain goes to first place because they won. And then it will actually impact all the players that played for that team. All of these players play for these clubs. They're going to go back to the clubs and they're going to bring glory to those clubs. Not that the AI uses glory for like club development, but I think it does matter. Then obviously I don't know anything about the players because my scouts aren't good enough to show me. But I can definitely take a look and see all of that. You see all the club that they're tied to. I can actually go check the club. What's that? Huddersfield FC. I can go and check that club out, see their history, see their information. If I had better scouts, I could see all of this, but this is a Premier League team. My scouts are pretty amateurish still. I haven't really invested in them heavily. Alright, let's see. And then obviously it's the end of the season, so you get all the common stats as you'd expect. Who's the most boringly effective team? It's usually me, but sometimes it isn't. Okay, it wasn't me this time. I was scoring more goals more often than not. That's fair. I mean, boringly effective is still effective. And then third league, Henderson, probably based on tackles. I can probably check. Yeah, tackles, man of the match. CD on the right-hand side, of course. And then you can see the players of the tournament for the World Championship. You'll kind of see all the different countries, which is pretty neat. You see all the different flags up here, and then obviously they have their different stats. Surprisingly, is that Senegal? Thought so. Huh, Senegalese player is up there too. It's interesting. Yeah, but it's primarily Spain. Well, Italy too as well, which makes sense. Yeah, but you have all the stats. You can check out what happened. You know, things get simulated in the background. So as you get to the Premier League, I imagine this information is going to be more important for sure. Oh, someone down there is unhappy. Dog always gets upset when I'm streaming because she hears me talking, but I'm not talking to her, so she's like, oh, what's going on? That's why it might only be for like an hour and some change, because the dog probably needs to go outside for a walk later. You know, but she's gonna be whining a lot. Sweet dog, just clingy. So let's see, reputation went up. Oh, really? Huh. I guess because the goal was hit early. You know, generally, if you understand how manager goals work, you just need to hit the threshold to get the reputation bonus or the reputation gain. So I guess I hit that because I fulfilled a lot of the conditions early on. That's actually what got me the 1 year completion. Now I could jump to another team. I might do that honestly, just to try a different what do you call it? Just to try a different style of play. Because obviously different teams have their own footballing culture, different countries. But I have to pay an upfront cost if I want to do that though, so it might not be the best idea. I'll stick with some for now, extend it, promote to the next league in 3 years. I think I can do that next year. This season feels like a good season for it. I'm gonna go ahead and extend it. Yeah, but now I have 89 reputation. It's still pretty low, it's still the third league. Your reputation really doesn't start ballooning until like the first league, if I remember correctly. That's when all like the big reward goals start to come into play. And obviously it scales based on your current league. I'm in the third league, so the wins are pretty small. Yeah, she's gonna be like that for a bit. Alright, they're happy. I have contracts to sort out. Prestige Cup. Ooh, someone wants Donahue. I don't think so, you know. That's a crazy idea, no. Like I just bought him and he's actually starting to put in work already. You can do not for sale. I can't remember if Manager's Journey has this. I think it's just refuse, and they might keep sending requests. Different teams will send different requests, but not for sale. He's too good. And then obviously I'm getting the glory payout for this guy, but then he's gone. Then I have to choose a sponsor. Promote it to next league. Top ranked in third league. I'm gonna go for this one because I think this is a year. That's more of a long-term goal. You know, this one is probably better if you just want money now, but this is better if you actually plan on getting promoted. Cause that's 300,000 right there. I'm gonna go for that. And then we're gonna look at, what else do we have here? We have the extended list. We have the, what do you call it, the watch list. Let's go ahead and take care of some contracts. We'll do that. And probably everybody, honestly. They're all pretty important. I'm about to have to take like a 5-minute break just to let the dog out. Let me just get this out of the way because I'm gonna forget. Yeah, pretty much everyone here is important. I don't know about him. Yeah, he's important as well. And then these guys are the, they're the next generation essentially. And then I'm not sure if I want to sell anybody. I don't think so. At least not right now. Calderwood is injured. Now we need to start getting other players involved. We're gonna sell him because he's really no good. Like, even to get him up to speed, it would take too much time. It's too much of a commitment because he's so bad. It's like putting him into a position that's not the midfield is kind of detrimental. Even if it's the midfield, it's not great. So get rid of him. And then let's see, Calderwood is on the bench. He's really just a backup because I'm gonna need an extra CD. And then I feel like I need another DF. Yeah, he's gonna have to be a DF. Yeah, let me let the dog out and come back. Give me like 5 minutes. All right, dog's taken care of. I think we're gonna do about an hour. An hour is about right, and then I'll probably come back later. I think I was reading somewhere, listening to somebody talk about it, and I've heard that like 3 hours on YouTube is like the max that you want. But then at the same time, this is kind of a this is just me playing as I'd normally play. It's not so much for content. It's more so just to get the footage out there, you know. So I tend to do it based on my own timeline. So I'd say about an hour, maybe an hour and some change, and then maybe I'll come back later this evening. But I'll play again at least once on Saturday and once on Sunday. At the very least. I feel like the weekend is the best time to run tests for this game. Then I can actually focus on it, you know? And then streaming is not as much of a hassle when I time it like that. Yeah, so this season I'm looking to make it out of here, right? I feel like this team is good enough. Something I like to do is I like to look into the extended list. Especially like one league below your current league. So I tend to do the amateur league based on where I am right now. And then maybe I'll do the current league as well, just to get an idea of what's going on. You know, of course I have glory, I can spend that over here. But I generally don't spend, I generally don't do infrastructure upgrades during the transfer market period. Because I might need glory for that extended list, so that's the idea behind that. So let's see. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got 3 CDs. Again, I like the fact that we have this hide formations option. You know, if you're familiar with this game at all, you know that half of the match is won on this screen, because this is really where you're looking to counter what the opponent's doing. You know, by hiding it, you can't really tell what they're gonna do. You have to guess. You have to use your experience to figure out what might be going on. So, for example, I tend to play it from the back to the front, just because you read it like that. You know, it's south to north, so I tend to do it like that. So I see they have a center forward and a forward. And they have a right wing forward. I'm gonna need to play someone over there to block off the break-in. I'm gonna do that. I don't know where he's gonna play, and I don't know where he's gonna play. I also don't have enough scouting information on these guys. I could spend a little bit of money right now to get some scouting information going for a limited amount of time. As you go higher and higher into the, you know, the bigger league, this becomes more expensive. So a lot of the time you're starting to waste money instead of just upgrading the scout. So there's a trade-off there. But I like to do it for at least the 1-star players. Just to have I have some more complete information over here, and now I can see that. Which is always useful for sure. Let's see what else we got going on. Alright, so we have that. And again, I don't mind playing him back here because, you know, he's a wing back. He can move very far. I can actually use him to play the ball forward, so that's good. They have long pass. They have the dreaded long pass, but this formation makes it irrelevant unless they're playing from like the back or something. I don't really need to worry about it, which is another reason why I like these flat formations. They are weak to one or two things, but they tend to have that built-in offside trap. I can also literally set up an offside trap for guys like Brandon, who, you know, they're forced to move forward. Once he gets into my box, I can just do this, and now he's trapped, right? So there are some things you can do with this that I wouldn't be able to do with something like this. And then the AI makes use of it as well, so it goes both ways. Let's see. We get the ball first. I don't know what they're playing, but we get the ball first. I'm gonna go ahead and... How's McAllister doing? He's almost there. It might be time for him to yeah, I might actually do McAllister then. Let's see, Atkins is over there. We'll play McAllister over here, I think. And we'll probably do the DM now. I'm actually not gonna do McAllister yet. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, we're gonna wait. We'll bring him out later. And I'm actually gonna do this just so I can play the ball over here, and then I can always move him one square up later. It's not a big deal. This guy needs to get on the board. He hasn't really been doing anything of late. As of late, really. He's also 31, so a lot of training needs to happen. You know, it hasn't really happened yet, so I need to keep that in mind as well. I don't know what they're playing. Let's see, so I'm gonna do this just in case they have a formation I can't just counter outright. And I can either play it to him or I can play it to him. Alright, and I'll keep him there for now. I don't see why not. Could also do Lindsay. If I'm looking to score though, I mean, they have strong goalkeeper, so he's not going to do anything. Interesting choices here. I'm going to leave him in for now. We need to get some training going. Alright. I'd say the one problem with this formation is the fact that the back is exposed. So if they get the ball forward, they have the wing forward. Let's take a look at what they have. They have that flat formation. Excuse me. That's not terrible. I mean, the flat formation. Does anybody have head play? He does. That's not great. I have a few options here. I can try to play it through him. He does have 25 defense. That's not the greatest choice. Let's see, he has 26, he has 12, he has 25. Huh. There are a few things I can do, though. I wish I could play it through him, but I can't. I think I'm just gonna set up for this play here. Yeah, we're just gonna set up for this. We're gonna try to hold the ball. We're using Scotland, a Scottish club, so we get a bonus if we can keep possession. And then he's also a winger, so if I can run the flank, I can probably make it all the way to the back. You can see I'm doing that. I mean, I can do that. Let's see. Minus 70, minus 70. I'm probably gonna do it in 2 stages. I'm going to go here, so I don't have to deal with him, just to reduce the challenges. You can see I have 58 passing now because I held the ball. Scotland, they have planning ahead, which you can actually see in real time, which is really nice. If you hold the control key now, you can see all of this information. So, if you ever forget about how a certain skill works or how a class functions or what a calculation actually does, you can just bring it up, which is a nice quality of life feature for sure. But yeah, 58 passing, which is going to make crossing the ball easier. I also moved him so he doesn't have to contest with this guy who has head play. And I'm going to be all the way out here so we can actually go for the challenge. I'm going to see if I can run the flank against him. I could also just do 3 squares and then cross it from here. But since I have the running the flank, or the, what do you call it? Yeah, running the flank bonus, he gets penalized for trying to win the ball. And then I have decent enough control for that. We kept it. Let's see, I always like to check the shot just to see what it looks like. When I see 32, he still has to go through the center though. Huh. That makes sense. Also, something that isn't obvious, or it might be obvious if you're familiar with this game, is the fact that head play from this distance is nerfed. Like in the, what is it? In Manager's Journey, generally getting enough head play from this area and then crossing the ball it generally tends to be pretty, what's the word? Pretty consistent. It's pretty easy to get goals from here. But once you're in this area, your head play ability is severely limited. So like, it's still possible to have like a solid enough head play level and then maybe get a decent attempt, but you're not going to have like level 3 head play and then, you're all the way out here and you're almost guaranteed a goal. You're gonna kind of have to work to get here on this line, or you're gonna have to work to get into the box. Yeah, but in my case, this is actually fine. You know, I just want to cross it and see if I can make something happen. If I can just hit the goalkeeper, that'd be enough. Ooh, that's okay. I like that because it pulls apart the defense immediately. You can see now he's going to get into the box because of that. He does have long pass though. But again, couldn't make it work because I have all the players up front. And so kind of make it harder to get the ball through. They don't have DFs. This is another reason why I don't like having 3 CDs. Their DFs are on the side. If they had a DF in the middle, I wouldn't be able to do this uncontested, where I just kind of pass the ball into the box like this. Even if it's an AM, you generally want someone to try and intercept the ball. Like, sweepers aren't going to do it and CDs aren't going to do it, but at least one DF would at least challenge this. Because the fact that there's no DF is actually concerning. For them, at least. You know, it's great for me. And in this situation, I'll probably just use precision shot because he's a central forward. Even if he saves the ball, this guy's going right back into the box next turn, so it's not a big deal. Well, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's also important to look at a potential failure because you want to start planning for the next play. So I need to look at a situation where he saves the ball. Like he potentially saves the ball. And then, you know, what can they do to counterattack? So obviously he has long pass. He has long pass. You know, obviously he's going to try to get the ball to probably him is my guess. So I have to make sure that they can't get it to him with 2 turns to spare because he does have cannon shot. So it's going to take him at least one action to pass the ball. And it's going to take someone else another action to get it to him. So all of this stuff goes through my head when I'm making decisions. I'm just explaining it because it's a stream, but I generally kind of think about that stuff in like maybe 2 or 3 seconds and just go. And it does kind of help to kind of plan at least like 2 or 3 steps ahead. Kind of think of it like chess, where you're not just moving a pawn today to capture a queen, not capture a queen, to like capture a piece. You know, you're thinking about like putting a pawn out there and then kind of reading what your opponent might do and kind of thinking multiple steps ahead. You know, but ideally I would score. If I don't score, he gets the ball, which is because I'm using a precision shot, and then I have to think about all of that. So I'm going to shoot it. And that's the best case scenario. Again, you have to bear in mind that the best case scenario doesn't always come to pass. It's always important to have an alternative plan. I'm going to go ahead and reposition my guys. I'm going to tell them to fall back here because we just scored a goal. And then I can kind of make a quick shift here because I see this is where the CF is. This guy has head play. Going to move him there. Although I think it's this player who matters. But ultimately, I don't think it really matters that much. And then I have this set up. He does have 68 accuracy. He's probably going to be the target, but then I have these 2 guys together to kind of make it hard to pass through this tile. And then if they try to pass through this tile, it's going to be plus 100% because he's a DM, which is generally why I like having this DF right here. He's also not only useful in this situation, you know, he's also good on offense, just kind of controlling these 2 tiles. So when we get the ball forward and they're trying to play it forward, it's going to be tough to pass to these midfielders right here. They're a really good spot for a DF right here. Generally in the center. If not in the DM spot, then maybe in this AM spot by the center line. And then you can do some crazy stuff. Like I've had a DF all the way up here as a potential like pressure player. I've done it once or twice. Not that often. Like the furthest I'll move them, it's probably up here somewhere, but generally not the final line. But if you really want to press the defense, you can try that. Alright, so he's going to pass it through there. I'm just going to do this real fast. Of course, passing through that towel, they'll double up as well. He did get it through, but I'm just kind of trying to explain how things work here. They're going to try to give it to him. That's a solid chance, 66. I also don't mind that choice either. So I have some opportunities here, have some options. He has 46. I'm going to have 46. It's going to be 46 versus 46. Trying to think here. I'm going to run the flank. Ooh, I'm going to try to hold it. It's going to be a tough one. Okay. Are they going to tackle again? Now I need to get fouled. I mean, yeah. It's always risky because he's starting to get tired, but they did tackle from the front, and also I was holding the ball. It would have been a bigger deal if he fouled me because it's from behind. But you know, that other guy fouled me. But let's see what the plan is. DM, huh? He has 35 control. I'm trying to find someone who has fairly weak control. There are a few things I can do, though, for sure. That's gonna be too far. Let's try something here. Let's be cute. Let's be cute. Let's try to be cute here. I can nutmeg, but their defense is really high if I try that. But then I'll get 50% to control. But I want to do it though, just to do it. Nah, it didn't work. I was kind of hoping I would have enough control to at least make one of them potentially fail, but his control is not high enough. It's not a bad skill for a DM. It's different. Generally, this only really works if your DM's like a central midfielder hybrid. That way, when he's not a DM, you can play him on this line and then maybe use it. I know most people don't like nutmeg, but it is an interesting skill when you start thinking outside the box. And maybe I'm thinking outside the box with it because I was using Argentina, where everybody has that skill. Yeah, but it can be useful for like a DM-CM hybrid, and then maybe you're kind of using the opportunity to get extra passing. So you get like extra 50% passing on top of 30% for the CM. So you'd have what, 80% passing, which is almost 100%. And then you could do like a defense passing spec player. But it could also be useful for this guy if his control gets high enough, because at least then he can potentially survive a CD tackle and then play again from there. It's an interesting idea. I'll think about making some sort of use out of it for sure. Let's get into the next. Let's see. He's starting to get tired. This is the point where I swap him out. You know, it's risky to keep him involved in the play, so I need to get him out of there. Even though he's really important. This is the issue I think most players aren't aware of. When you see people struggling with injuries, you know, they don't kind of take into consideration the fact that he's starting to lose stamina. Loses stamina. If it gets to like the halfway point and he gets fouled, he's probably going to get injured. I definitely don't want that, so I'm going to go ahead and make the adjustment. And I'm probably going to put Masters in there. It's a good training opportunity. You know, ideally it won't even get down here. In the best case scenario, I don't even need to worry about it, right? That's the ideal situation. And then I do have another midfielder over here. Honey's there. He's not really doing anything. He did stop a long pass, and he does have a 1-star. Does have 1 star to his name, so he did do that at least. Let's see what we can do here. Again, they don't have a CD, DF rather. So if I was really, really serious about it, I could put him here. Or I'd have to put him on the side. There are a bunch of different things you can do when their defense looks like this. It's not great. But I'm probably going to try to cross it again, honestly. And just hit the goalkeeper. Let's play it. It's tough because I'm trying to explain everything going through my head, but there's a whole lot to consider. So I'm looking to stop this right here. There we go. They combined it to get 78, which is great, honestly. And now he's there. I'm going to tackle with the DF because I want to keep him in position. Generally, you want to keep your DM in position. You know, once they get to this line, it's not really great for them. They no longer have that bonus, which is another great thing about this formation. Generally, I think it's the DF who will move instead of the DM, if I remember correctly. Trying to think. I think it's the higher defense player who moves. That's probably him. I can't remember, but like generally you can keep the DM in position most of the time. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I have a few options because he does have layoff pass. He has high defense for a forward. Jeez, a lot of defense. Yeah, but now he's kind of stuck though. Let's see, I can get this ball back pretty easily. And then I still have the DM there, so it's not even like he can, it's not even like he can pass the ball. Trying to figure out what they might do. They're probably gonna try to run and shoot. So I'm better off moving the ball forward. Force them to make a play here. Shooting from here sucks. And they can't really pass it. That's a bad shot. It's really far. Yep. And then I'm going to actually play the ball forward here. I'm going to lay off pass. Underrated move where you just kind of do that. I'm also going to move forward because I don't want to get fouled here. I don't mind losing the ball up here. It's not a bad option at all. Let's see, he has the ball. Let's see what I can do here. I can try to take it outright. Probably not the best call. Yeah, the game's over, obviously, but, well, not obviously. Also don't want to be an idiot, right? Don't want to potentially foul the guy and give him another turn. Yeah, but solid enough. We got the ball, and then we just kind of held it up in the midfield. Numbers advantage. They did have a forward with really, really good defense, though. So they kind of killed my attacking opportunity. I wanted to run the flank again with the other winger. And at least hit the goalkeeper, even if I didn't score. Because once you hit the goalkeeper off of like a header, you know, it can turn into a precision header or it can turn into a power header, where basically he holds the ball or he bounces it out. And then it just tears up the defense in general. You know, you get someone back there, a guy has to move back to try and head the ball away in defense and all that stuff. Yes, all those different things tend to apply. First game, that's a solid first game. They were also the first place team. They're like a second league team. That's actually really good. That's a good start. Let's see what else we got. We're gonna get to see the extended list open up now. Interested to see what that looks like. Just waiting. The transfer market tends to be when the game slows down the most, because remember, it's every other team in the world doing their thing in terms of buying players and trades and all that stuff. It's actually surprising that it resolves so quickly. You know, it's like we're spoiled when it comes to gaming nowadays, where we expect everything to happen immediately. But when you start to understand how things work technically, maybe not in this game particularly, but in terms of code in general, it is actually pretty impressive to see it do all of that stuff and resolve that quickly. Because it's not just teams playing their matches and simulating the results and stuff and then tabulating everything. It's also every single individual AI manager making decisions in terms of whether or not I need to keep this guy on contract, whether or not I need to buy another player, you know, whether or not I'm interested in someone and I put them on my list. That's like every single player in your world, which is why when a manager's journey came out, it was so slow a lot of the time, because I don't think they had a chance to really optimize it until maybe like a month or so after release. But you have to understand all the stuff going on. It's actually pretty crazy when you start to really think about it. Which is why I wasn't really complaining about it early on. You know, like I have a background in software engineering, so I kind of get it. In terms of all the different stuff going on the back end. Obviously, I don't know what their code looks like, but I kind of get it. And even in the software development world, users tend to be spoiled at this point. Everything has to be lightning quick, 1, 2, 3, but they never understand, you know, all the different things going on and all the different things you need to do to give them that experience, which is generally why the software development world has teams specifically for the user experience versus the team that build the front end, the team that build the back-end infrastructure, the teams that link everything together. There are so many teams for all of these different things, but the end users never really notice it. And you really know you have a good product when the end users just like, you know, they take it for granted. That's what you want your users to do. You want them to use your product. I'm kind of rambling here. It's a bit of a segue, but you want them to like use your product, play your game, and then kind of take all of that stuff for granted. You know, that's the mark of a really good game or system or product or whatever. Yeah, but also you have to kind of understand that a lot of stuff is going on. So sometimes maybe you're using, say, one website and it loads another page in like a second, and you use another website and it loads a specific page in 3 seconds. There's a reason why it took like an extra 2 seconds, and it's not always because of like shoddy design or something like that. Sometimes it's moving like thousands to millions of records in the back, and it has to like aggregate them and all this different stuff. Yeah, but Football Tactics and Glory, similar stuff is going on when you see it waiting for the world to continue. You know, just trying to wrap your head around it can be crazy sometimes. Let's get back to this. Someone's requesting a CD. I can't sell any defenders because I have a very limited defense. This is going to be a thing with this team. Well, I'm going to refuse it because I might find a better deal on the market. The biggest issue with this team is going to be the defense, and it's not the fact that I only have 3. You know, I'm kind of prepping for that. It's the fact that I don't have a lot of wiggle room for the defenders. So like, this guy's getting older, I have to find a replacement right now. Like, I can't have a situation where I don't have 2 CDs and at least a D. Ideally a DF, but at least a D. Because then this doesn't really work, you know? I need to be able to contest on the wings. Even if this isn't the best contest in the center, I need someone to contest pretty much everywhere. So they need to have some type of contesting role. So I mean, you have better formations that provide more defense, but obviously you're missing out. If I put another defender back here, you know, I can't put the DF up here to try and win it in the midfield. He can't be at the front to kind of make it difficult for the ball to come back from their half of the field. And if I have another defender, I probably have to give up like probably one of the wingers. Maybe I have to give up one of the forwards or the AM. You know, obviously this guy doesn't look amazing because he's training, but I could have something like this instead. He can run around, he can hold the ball, he can run into the box, he can obviously pull the defense apart, he can shoot. Maybe someone's a CM and they can press in the center and give him help to make it even easier to win the ball and stuff. Yeah, but I need I have to have a certain amount of defensive players. And you know, defenders can always get injured. They can hold the ball and a forward can knock them over and then they get injured and stuff, though. That's the biggest problem with this this setup. The midfield's fine. I can play whatever in the midfield. But it's really the back. And obviously the front. Ideally I want at least 2. Always want a CF to take advantage of any holes in the defense, and then I want at least one other player to do something, you know, in case the CF doesn't work. So maybe I want him to shoot from a distance, I want him to move into the box, and then I have like a CM or something or an AM to pass it in. Yeah, but it is very rigid back here, which again is why I'm trying to play the game all the way up here. Most of the matches I've had, like basically the ball gets down here when they kick off. After kickoff, the ball never shows up here again because it's just up here. Either we're holding it in the midfield or we're attacking up here. So that's the general idea, is to be as aggressive as possible. And then, you know, once we're up here, we have all these different players blocking passing lanes and challenging with tackles and pressing and all that jazz. So let's see, they get the ball first. He's also really tired though, so I don't know if I want to play him. So in this case, I'll probably do McAllister just to get some training in. And then I'm going to look at what they have. They have 5-3-2 formation, sure. And they have 2 DFs. I hate seeing 2 DFs on the opposing team. They also have the optimal number of CDs. If they play it correctly, this is going to be hell to deal with. I'm going to assume that they're playing a flat formation because that's probably the best formation. And then they kind of intersperse the DFs and the Ds in between the CDs. Yeah, and then I'm thinking they'll probably have the D and at least 1 DF on the edge. Yeah, and then they have an LM. They also have a CF, so I need to be aware of that. They have an LM, which is going to be on that side. So I'm going to put that guy over there. Their accuracy is not amazing, so I'm willing to take that gamble in terms of potentially blocking with him. Their control is also not great, so if they try to run it to the side, they can probably win the ball. I'm willing to play these guys up here, and then I'll just kind of push the ball forward. Also gonna play him there. Atkins. I'd also love to get Atkins, get that going for Atkins, but he doesn't need it yet. He's gonna need it soon for sure, though. I may not even need Kinley this match, honestly. Yeah, I might actually take him out this game. And we'll do, let's see. We'll do him. Get a training game going. I do have another D, so it's not the end of the world. I might also play Dick instead. Let me think about it. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know what they're fielding. You know, if I knew, which is again why I like the option, because if I knew, I could just set up everything perfectly, but I can't. I know certain players are going to be in certain positions. Like obviously he's going to be over here. He's a wing midfielder. And then obviously the defenders are all back here because they're blue. You know, that's how I know where they are, but I don't know what they have. Also, they have a German player. You know, I like the German bonus. I know the first time people saw it, they were like, it's weak, but trust me, it's like Scotland's bonus, you know? Looking at the surface of it, if you're not really thinking outside the box, it doesn't look great, but this bonus is pretty stupid, depending on the situation. If you have even middling control in like the up to the 3rd league, maybe even the 2nd league, depending on where you hold the ball, it can be really hard to win it. You know, an extra 15 control can make a huge difference. It's even worse because these guys get a bonus to control. So what happens is you get the plus 35, the extra 15, and then you do the calculation for the extra 30%, so they have even more control. And then the second part of the bonus is really where it shines. Because slide tackle is basically the go-to way to win the ball. With this team, it's almost impossible to win the ball from them. You know, if a guy has solid control and he holds the ball, you're basically rolling the dice. Even if you have level 3 slide tackle. I've been in matches, I've done test matches where I've had like universal forwards hold the ball, and defenders are just rolling level 3 slide tackle and they keep failing. And that's before you consider stuff like playing a fullback to reduce your chance to win the ball. Like if you have a German player who's built right, you get to keep the ball for as long as you want. And then they basically have to foul you to win the ball. Which is ironic because one of their rivals is England. And it's funny because England's kind of known for dirty play. At least back in like the 60s and 70s, they were kind of a sweeping culture. Like English football, club football had a lot of physical play. So it's kind of a good matchup in that sense. Yeah, but it definitely forces you to reconsider how you play. Anyway, let's take a look at all these different things. Again, there's going to be a lot of off-the-cuff stuff. It's not scripted. I'm just kind of playing as I normally play. Ooh, that Netherlands. He's a CD though. Come on. I'm kind of looking at this is why I did Europe as well, because Europe is where all of the footballing cultures are. What's the word? Are kind of focused right now. So it's like we have a couple in America, but it's basically Europe right now. We're due for more in the future, with Creole teams doing all sorts of other things right now. I mean, I always look at the market to see if there's someone I can grab. I have my watch list. Everybody's way too expensive on this watch list. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to afford anybody. Maybe him? He'd be a good idea, but I don't have the money. Maybe next year if I can get promoted. But yeah, I tend to take a look at the transfer market to see what's going on. If that guy wasn't a CD, he would actually be really good. Like a DF with this bonus is not bad because it applies to every challenge. It's just a flat percentile bonus, regardless of what you're doing. So that's not bad. He's a CD though. That's wasted on him. That's the other thing. You know, you can build players incorrectly based on their footballing culture. Obviously you're not gonna have a universal class for every player from the Netherlands, but you're best served to have as many universal players as possible in this case. I don't know. I don't think I need any of these players. I'm probably just gonna hold off. And then obviously I have a new goal, which is to get promoted in the next 3 years. I'm looking to do that in 1 year. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they got 3. We're gonna go ahead and play the match. They get the ball first. I do not have the DF because he is tired. You know, he's way too tired to field right now. He's also a critical player, so I don't want him getting injured. You know, the worst thing that can happen when it comes to injuries is that you know, when it happens, you remember that you could have done something, but you took the risk. That's always the worst. Let's see what else we got. Yes, I'm willing to play with a weaker defense. I'm gonna let them play first before I check the formation. Okay, they got it through. He's gonna have to shoot though. Okay, he's gonna risk it. Okay, that's actually a really good chance. 7 is low. Yep, now I can take a look at their formation. This is what they're actually fielding. They also have this guy inside. I'm gonna have to shift over. He has slide tackle. They also have this kind of open. Not the right way to play it with a CF, but that's the other thing. That's another reason why I like the whole high formation option. It's like when the AI fields this formation, they can't respond. You know, which is the reason why it's so strong when you're playing against them. So it's like you know, even if they had a flat 5, I could have responded to that. So it's like there's no perfect formation. Even if they had 6 in the box, that's not a perfect formation either. It's really easy to beat that, funny enough. It actually has a lot of cons to just park the bus. But you know, there's a pro and a con for everything. But yeah, we have the ball. He's also out of position, so even though he lost the ball, it's not the end of the world. Honestly, the best play for me, if we're being completely honest, is to do this. To get back into position, as weird as it seems. Because now that he's out of position, he's useless. And then I'm just going to move the ball as far as possible. Like, obviously I could have lost the ball, but he has slide tackle, so I was willing to take that risk. And I really need him in position. A central defender who's not here is useless. Absolutely useless. I'm just going to move the ball into their half. I'm going to get it started. Because I know he has slide tackle, he's going to come try to take the ball anyway. And what are they going to do now? He's an MF. He's going to try to move it. Okay. Now what could I do? I'm actually going to go ahead and slide tackle here. And I'm going to, let's see. He's an MF though. Nah, I wish I could do that. I want to get it all the way to the other side if I can, because he's going to come for it. Absolutely. I'm going to give it to McAllister though. Give it to McAllister because he has 8. He has 8 potential. If he's going to try and win the ball, he's going to have to take it from him. He's also a trainee. So if he keeps the ball, he gets additional specialization. If he gets fouled, it's not a big deal. Yeah, so he was actually the best choice. They have a DF though, so it's going to be a bit harder to get the ball through. Now I could try to run the flank with you. They have a CD there. Trying to figure out the best play here. He's not the ideal player. CD, DF. Huh. Like if I try to pass the ball, I'm probably going to lose it. That's going to be what, like 23 or something? If you round it down, or 24 if you round it up. Versus 13, that's not great. So probably what I want to do is this. Move him here. Let's see. Pass the ball here. Try to get into position here. Great. And he's a CD, but it doesn't matter because now he's blocking the spot. And I have a potential goal here. Now I need to figure out what I want to do though. Like, do I want to go for the power shot? 34 versus 28 is not bad, but I do have a direct shot on goal, which means I don't have to challenge anybody else. And then I'm just looking at everybody's control. If it goes out for a corner, I would have the advantage, so I'm going to do that. That's fine. Because a precision shot would have just given them the ball. So you kind of have to weigh that up as well. They do have 2 DFs on this side though, so I can't do what I normally do to get a shot on goal. But I do have the advantage in terms of control. Huh. I have some options here. You know what I'll probably do? I'll probably take McAllister just because I want some experience, honestly. Well, is he the best choice? Thinking about it. Who's likely to get me out of position, though? This guy. So if he does it, I don't think it's gonna matter. But he has 32 passing because he's specking into like a winger as well. Huh. He might be a better choice because I don't think I'm gonna cross the ball here, especially since he has, what do you call it? He has head play. He's actually the best choice, oddly enough. Pretty weird. Yeah, but he's the best choice because I can potentially do this. Yeah. And then the idea is to keep this spot. So I'm gonna want someone with a lot of control. Probably you, just because I don't want to use him up. And then he has 32 passing, so if he does lose his spot, there's still the potential for it to go through. The only issue is I'm gonna have to shoot through at least one player. Okay, so he kept it. That's fine. Yeah, so it's still another opportunity, which is really the important thing. Now I have to challenge somebody versus the last one, but 39 versus 28, which is still really good. You know, it's just 10% gone, which is nothing really. And then precision shot. So this is the time to precision shot with him. Okay, we got it. There you go. That's great. And I'm just kind of regrouping here to see what's going on. Yeah, so you're gonna have to mix it up a little bit. Ooh, that's a choice. I would have given it to him, honestly. Huh. Ah, I see. Yeah, decent accuracy. I guess that's how you avoid the DM. It's not a bad choice. Not a bad choice. This guy is tired, so they're probably gonna take him out. I'm actually gonna wait because I don't know what they're gonna do yet. Let me think about this. I'm also gonna play him up. Yeah, I want to see what they do before I react, honestly. I'm gonna let them do the first play. Okay, so they're doing that. Now I'm gonna make a change. They also kind of shifted here. You can see it. All right, so they went with a DM. Okay. Yes, that's a tough one, honestly. That's really tough. Because they also have the DM. I would have to play him over here, probably, in all likelihood. So let's do that. And then I can probably go for the head play. Because if I'm right about this, he'll come to the left. And then I should be able to just run it twice if I do this properly. And then I don't need to make a sub yet. I could also play Atkins. But he's almost there. But he's so useless though. Yeah, we're gonna put Atkins in the game. Well, we're gonna hold off. Yeah, I mean, I waffle a lot, but we're gonna hold off. This is the best play because Atkins is his sub. If he gets injured for whatever reason, Atkins goes here. So ideally what's gonna happen is I'm gonna keep the ball, he's gonna go up here, and I'm gonna cross it, and he's gonna be in the box. Worst case scenario, he gets stuck outside of the box. Well, worst case scenario, they block it, and he goes down here. That'd be terrible. Let's see, 46 is good enough. Oh, he has slide tackle. He's so far away, though. Well, didn't even think about him. What are you gonna do, though? You gonna shoot? No? All right, I guess I'm gonna take the ball back. He went the wrong way. Oh no, that's no good. I'm just gonna send it. Yeah, slide tackle. I mean, what's the best play here? If he slides, what happens? He can go maybe an extra tile. What happens if you take the ball, though? I'm gonna force him to win it. You have to win the ball here. That's fine. Yeah, he gets an extra tile. Which he can, he didn't really use it to do anything. Gonna go ahead and press. Now I can get this ball. Let's see what we got. He's tired, so I want him out of the game. And I'm just trying to keep it up here, no matter what, even if they don't get it, just to kind of force play up here. Oh, it hit the goalkeeper. That's nice. Whenever it hits the goalkeeper off a lob, it has a chance to go out for a corner kick. So that's always a good thing. Yeah, that's actually a bad play. McAllister is going to get a lot of experience. We'll take it. We're just going to mix it up. Just get experience. I'll probably do another 15 minutes, I think, and then it's 6 o'clock my time. And I have a bunch of stuff I have to do around the house. But I may come back later. We'll see. I also need to make a video for something else, something unrelated. Like, I don't think it's gonna get a whole lot of engagement, but it's one of those things where I feel like making a video about it. Generally, the way I approach content creation now is that I do it for like a specific purpose. Like I'm gonna make a video for something, and I might push it towards a certain a certain destination, and hopefully that that kind of, what's the word? That kind of helps push the goalpost or push the situation more towards something I'd like to see. That's generally how I view it, because again, it's a hobby, and making even basic videos is a lot of work. Just editing stuff. Like people who've never tried it, you have no idea how much work goes into that stuff. We see like a highly edited YouTube videos and stuff, you have to believe that took like maybe 15 plus hours or multiple days of research and work, and it's too much. For me, it's too much. Maybe if I was younger and I was more interested in that side of things, I would do it, but yeah, but I have to do that. And even what I'm thinking about is going to take like the entire weekend, and it's only going to hit like a handful of people. But again, I kind of have a plan for it in terms of where I'm going to push it. If I can get it to the right people, it can probably set off a chain reaction, and the end product may end up benefiting me, which is generally how I view it. Seems selfish, but that's life. You know, you have to think about your time as valuable. They say time is money. There's a reason why they say it. You know, it's all the other things you could do when you do a certain thing, so you have to kind of portion it off accordingly. And generally, if you're younger, not to be pessimistic about it or anything, but you want to plan things out. You want to have an idea, you know, if you're doing something, even if it's just to relax or unwind, you want to have a goal in mind, usually. So then as you do the thing, you can kind of make sure you're on track towards said goal. You know, once you get into that mindset of thinking, it kind of helps, with things like stress management and whatnot. You don't feel like you're always kind of running things down to get things done. Yeah. You'll learn it eventually. Most people do, some don't. I know a couple of people who haven't figured that out yet. You know, I know someone in their 40s who still kind of working things out like they're in their late teens, so you never know, but it's worth learning at some point. Even sometimes I forget, honestly. But anyway, let's get back to this. There's going to be a lot of rambling. Again, it is an off-the-cuff thing. Let's get a couple of matches in. Maybe 2 more matches should be enough before it hits 6 o'clock my time. East Coast, so East Coast United States, if you're wondering. Let's see. And then it would have been a little over an hour, which is a good time, I think. Let's see. I wonder if it's worth splitting up these streams into chapters. You know, obviously an hour is a long time, and then not all of it's going to be gameplay. You know, especially on YouTube, not everybody's going to have time to sit there for like 10 minutes, let alone an hour. So I might start putting these into chapters, especially the one today where I had to go out and walk the dog, just to kind of make it easier to parse. I know Kaz, who's like the lead developer for Creo Team, also mentioned that, you know, it's not going to have time to look through the entire stream. Like, we'll fast forward it and stuff, but chapters might be a good idea. So I might do that, just to kind of make it easier to parse. And then I'll just kind of split it up based on matches, maybe. Maybe I'll do like match preparation, match 1, match 2, all that jazz. So if you're not interested in listening to me ramble about random stuff, you can just get to the action. You know, you're interested in seeing what's new. So I'll probably do that. And it's easy enough to do. It's not like a ton of work. Anyway, let's get these last 2 matches in. They have 6 defenders, they have 2 center, they have 2 midfielders, and 2 forwards. Okay. I mean, I have to play an AM because they have 6 defenders. I'm gonna have to pull it apart. Let's see what else I'm gonna do. McAllister's also getting trained up. Accuracy for him is good. Accuracy and make him a universal midfielder, I think. Ooh, or you know what he could be? There are a lot of things he could do with Nutmeg. Obviously he's not getting into the box, but it depends. If he's on the flank, he doesn't have passing to take advantage of it. Accuracy, for sure. Definitely. So I could play him from here, and then I could have him nutmeg up to like here, or maybe even out here, and then he'll get that boost the shooting. And then he's also an AM. I could also make him an I have some options. I'll think about it. Definitely some options with him. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna need an AM. Let's see what else. I'm probably gonna do Atkins just to give him a break. You know, if I use him too often, next thing you know, he's injured. I don't want Masters there. I probably want McPhee? Maybe not right now. I probably want Kinley right now, honestly. Kinley's the guy to play. And I probably want to spread it out a little bit, just so Kinley can do some work. Alright, so what's the play here? They have the DF. I don't know where the DFs are, though. They don't have a lot of defense back here. So if I really wanted to, I could actually play the ball back to the DM and then force them to try and win it. It's an option. He would have what? He would have 30? They're probably not winning the ball. Let's see what they have though, because I'm just thinking here. They have Hammerich. Hammerich isn't bad. It's gonna be hard to take the ball from him in the box for sure. That is, let me do the math. If that's 35, that's 16, that's 51 control when you hold the ball. So I'm not winning that if you hold it in the box. Yeah, you can't sleep on Germany's bonus, it's disgusting. It's really good before slide tackle becomes prevalent, and it's really good when slide tackle becomes prevalent. It's just a really solid bonus. Now let's see what they got. Honestly, it's really him. Yeah, I mean, I could pull it apart. It's doable. Let me think about this. I also have the CM15. Yeah, I can. If I'm willing to take some time, I can pull this apart. Yeah. Who do I want to pull forward? You. And then you hold the ball. It takes a bit of work. I could also just run him into the box if I didn't want to wait, but I can't pass it through, if we're being honest. At least not right now. Yeah. Yeah, of course they're gonna do that. That makes sense. And I guess if you're gonna do that, I mean, yeah, I mean, and every time they do that, he's getting specialization points, so I don't mind it. Yeah, they're just wasting time. That's fine. I mean, if they're gonna do that, then I can always do this and just take the shot, I guess. It's not a great shot, but it's a shot. I also have him in the center, so they can't stack the defensive interception bonus. I can also just dribble into the box. You know, when in doubt, you can literally just do this, and they can't stop it. And suddenly he's in the box. You know, so the only issue is it does cost you a possession, at least 3 actions of possession, but it is another option. So for this team in particular, it could be really good because I have Kinley up here. I can kind of force them to play through him, get the ball back. If I had like a better AM with the ability to pass through all of these guys, I could do that. And suddenly he's in the box, or I could cross the ball or something. But I'm just gonna shoot, just because I don't feel like I have the players to do all that. And if they win the ball, it's okay. Or I can score. The way I do it is I never plan to score when I take shots like that. If I score, everything I'm thinking about goes out the window. But you know, I tend to plan like it's gonna miss. Because generally if you score, none of that stuff matters. Yeah, I mean, I got lucky and scored, and that was lucky, because I had to shoot through 2 different guys, and the challenge was pretty close, but he was in the box, because I left that gap there. I was thinking they would have had a DF right here, honestly, but they didn't. Let's see what they got. He has 30, he has 65. He's going to be the target. So they're going to try to pass through this guy then. He has 69. Nice. So it's going to be a double challenge then. That's going to be 96. That's going to be like 16 or something. Just trying to do the math right now. And then he's probably just going to shoot so he doesn't have to deal with this, is my guess. I could also be completely wrong. We'll see. Trying to think multiple moves ahead. Yeah, so they went there. They didn't want to pass through him. And then they went there, which is smart. And then they just shoot. That's smart. It's the same difference, honestly. I'm being completely honest. Let's see, what's the play to make? Hold it with him. Try to get fouled, because they will absolutely foul you. They gonna do it? Nah, not this time. Alright, that's fine. I was looking to get fouled and potentially lay off, pass it forward. Or just pass it forward to the center, to the central forward. Would have been nice. Okay, Atkins. Atkins is almost an LM. Very good. Well done. Let's see. We're gonna keep him in though. I don't think we need to make any major changes. Lindsay. Lindsay, I don't know. I mean, actually, I should take him out now that I think about it. Because he's gonna take that square. Yeah. We're gonna do that. And I guess we'll bring everybody in. It's not the end of the world. Bring everybody in. And they might try the same thing. They might try something different. No, they try the same thing. Which is fair. And then they're gonna give it to him. That's fair. He's not an AM though, so no bonus for you. I'm gonna have to win the ball take the ball with him. And I'm gonna run it away to get it away from the front. That's not bad. Okay, that's fine. He's almost motivated. I have to be really careful. I can do one of 2 things here. I can hold the ball and then try to cross it, or I can just take the shot now. If I hold the ball though, he's gonna be motivated on the next failure. So it might make more sense to just get it away. Like ideally I would hold the ball, he would try to tackle me, I would keep it, and then I would stay on my feet. But to hold the ball uses stamina. You know, he's going to tackle me. He's running out of stamina, so he's probably going to foul me. He's almost motivated, so he's probably going to aggressive tackle me when he does it. And if I keep the ball, he's probably going to be out for a while. So instead of taking the risk for that one move, you know, the better choice is to send it, you know, send it away. Maybe I can even play it in the midfield, honestly. I don't even have to play it forward. I can just play possession football right now. I can kind of give it to him. Oh, that didn't work out. Well, the idea was to give it to him. And then just hold it on that wing. Yeah, what are you gonna do though? You're an MF. What are you doing? Okay, I can probably win that ball. Yeah, I wish he's motivated though. If he wasn't motivated. He also has interception though. Yeah, I can probably just do this now. Let's see what the plan is. I can also play it to you. Let's see, who am I going to give the ball to? Probably him, because he's a universal forward. 23 is not amazing, but it's better than the alternative. What are you going to do? Gonna pass it? Oh, are you kidding? He still got it, and he has nutmeg. Ugh, we got lucky. The slide tackle gave him an extra towel. Yeah, they brought it all the way back. Let's see what we got. You're not gonna make it, though. Huh. Let's think about this. Yeah, it could have been a draw. That's a solid slide tackle. And I didn't set up for the nutmeg. I should have done that at some point. Should have moved him back over there. Poor play. I might be able to get a throw in. Possibly, if this goes well. Oh, he beat him. Could have gotten it kicked out of bounds, and I could have gotten another chance, but yeah, the idea was just to maintain possession. That slide tackle almost messed it up, though. Absolutely. Slide tackle is a mobility tool. Doesn't get used like that very often, but it is a one towel can make a big difference. It is pretty important. That's also why CDs can auto tackle you if you do that. Just to balance it out a little bit. So you'll just do like a one towel tackle instead of a two towel tackle. For sure. Oh, second place, not bad. Boringly effective team. But hey, it works, honestly. Force them to come and take the ball. Force them to get the ball out of their half. That nutmeg was dangerous, so should have prepped for that. That was a strategic error on my part. I should have realized that they had slide tackle. If I had known that, I would have changed what I did. But you know, human. It happens. Let's see what's going on now. They still want Henderson. I mean, no. He's 31. He has head play and he's a CD. No. Sorry. Can't do it. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, English player. I want him. I gotta have him. Oh, he's also an LM. He's a different type of winger. I like this. This is a good example. A Scottish winger versus an English winger. Two completely different players. So obviously he's English, so he gets slide tackle for free and he can still learn another ability. He can also make slide tackle stronger. He's also locked into level 1 slide tackle. So like unlike other players, other footballing cultures, he'll never get above level 1. Which is obviously an issue, but he gets it for free, which is, you know, obviously great. I mean, I want him. He's not a bad player. He'd probably be worse if he was like a defender, honestly. But a wing midfielder. He also has layoff pass, which is okay. You know, I mean, free pressing, which is why they're probably looking at him right now. Yeah, I don't know though. If I didn't have Atkins, I'd probably pick him up, but I have Atkins, so probably not. Who else we got? This guy is probably the best player on the block, but he's too expensive. Are you in touch with the devs for this game? Yeah. I mean, they gave us beta access. They allow us to stream. Obviously it's a work in progress, so we have to mention that all the time, just so people don't think this is going to be the final version of the game. Whether or not they see stuff that's broken, obviously that's not going to be in the final version. But yeah, I mean, I talk to Cause like every other day. Cause is like the head dev, I think. And then obviously real teams doing their own stuff. But yeah, if you haven't, you can check the Discord server. Cause is generally pretty active on that when he's available. Bearing in mind he is in Ukraine, but he's still pretty active there. And then he's also active on Steam occasionally. He tends to get around in terms of the Steam forums and the Discord server. So like if you wanted to make a suggestion, they have a suggestion thread there. He does take suggestions for this game as well. I mean, if there's something you see in like an announcement or even on stream, and you have some type of suggestion, you can make it and they'll consider it. That doesn't mean they'll include it, but they tend to consider reasonable suggestions. But yeah, it's not hard to get in touch with the devs, honestly, or at least Cause, who is basically the community manager for Creo Team. But yeah, let's do one more game because that's about an hour and change, and it's 6 o'clock my end. Let's see. We'll do one more. Again, the goal is to just promote this season. I just got it, but it's pretty easy to do this outright. To do it in 1 year when you're in the third league. Third league is when it ramps up if you're new to the game, but if you've been playing it for a while, it doesn't really ramp up until like the first league. But then the third league has interesting challenges as well. It's not like a cakewalk or anything. And you have the whole high formation challenge, which is a thing. Let's see, they have five defenders, they have 2 central midfielders, and they have 3 forwards. That wing forward is trash. Let me guess, they're at the bottom of the table. Yeah, they are. I'm not surprised. A bad team. Which should be a big win then, at least 2 goals then. They get the ball first. They have 2 CMs. I need to see what they're playing on defense. This is pretty easy to stop. Just do that. He's also a fullback or a wingback in this case. Eventually he'll become a fullback. That's the idea, is to make him a dual class player. So when he plays back here, he can be a legitimate fullback. Which is pretty common in real life. Wingbacks tend to be like fullback replacements as well. They get the ball first. Let's see what they have. Is there anything threatening? This guy is an unknown, which means he's at least 2-star, so he's gonna be a potential threat. They also have home in the attacking position, which is weird. That tells me that they're gonna try to cross the ball, because why else would you play him on this line, right? Because this is the attacking zone. If he's there and they have a CF, then that's probably what's going on. So at the very least, I'm gonna do that because I'm assuming they're gonna try to cross the ball with him home there. And then they have the 2 CMs. The CMs are up here somewhere. And now let's deal with the defense. They have a left fullback. They have 3 DFs and they have 1 CD. So they have 5 defenders. What's the most difficult position to break through in this case? Maybe a line if they have someone in the box. They have 3 DF, so it's gonna be getting the ball into the box then. It's gonna be the issue. I probably want him, let's see. I probably don't want him, or at least I don't want him there. And then I probably want something like that, because I'm gonna want to be able to pull him out of position and possibly shoot it down the straight. It's tough. I'm just gonna play that. I'm also gonna mix it up. I'm gonna get Dick in the mix just so he's there as another potential head play player. And then I think we'll go with that. And let's see what they're actually fielding. They're making a lot of assumptions. I like the fact that you have to make assumptions. You don't just know what they're gonna field, you know? I really like the fact that, I don't know what they're doing. I was right about this. Home is trying to cross the ball. So he's gonna have to go over here. It's also a good idea to put him there to counter the head play. He's also there, but he's bad. I don't care about him. It's really home. And then I can look at the defense. They're playing everybody in the box, which is it's a good thing to have the AM. That means I can just pull him out of position. They have two CMs though, so I can't hold it in the middle. At least not easily, especially with that fullback. They have 40. So a bunch of different challenges. They have to beat these two guys, or they have to beat him if they try to pass it to the center. And then if they do pass it out, they probably have to beat him regardless. So let's see. They try to lob it just to kind of avoid that challenge completely, which is its own issue. Shooting the ball is not a good choice, but hey, I don't blame them for trying. Gonna go ahead and play it forward. I'm gonna hold it, and now we're gonna try to set up a play here. Ooh, he's out of position. That's huge. Oh, of course, that's fine. Yeah, that's. He has good defense. Oh, he's the AM. They moved him. They moved him back. That sucks. That honestly sucks. That happened. It's fine. Yeah, they have the CM. Yeah, but you're not gonna take the ball though. I guess. Okay, sure. I'm just gonna take it back though, and then I'm gonna give it to him. We're just gonna shoot. We're just shooting through one DF, so it's not the end of the world. It's not the optimal play, but it is another play, which is why I like having more than one player up there. Because stuff like that happens, and it will completely screw up your initial plan. And he has decent accuracy. It's not a terrible shot. 52 versus 29 is a no-brainer. I'm starting to prepare for a potential corner kick just to get another opportunity. I mean, that's gonna bring his defense up way too much. I don't mind the goalkeeper having higher defense because as long as I hit him, that's what's important. But this guy, I'll take it. Yeah, that happens. You have to be able to plan for that as well. Now, what are you gonna do? Oh, okay. You're gonna try that, I guess. Huh. I guess I get another opportunity. He's a DF, so I need to pass it over here. And I'll take the same shot again. Again. Guy's doing work right now. Alright. Now let's see. We get the ball this time, so I'm gonna move Kinley out of the way. I'm actually going to... Where is he? Atkins. I'm gonna play Atkins here this time. And I'm going to play him there. Actually, no. Trying to get this set up. It's doable. It's just pulling him all the way to the left is tough. Let's see if I can pull it off. It's a lot of work to get this to work the way I'm thinking though. They also have DF, so I can't just pass it into the box. All right, let's do it. I think I know what I need to do. I'm gonna move him over as well. Oh, somebody's sad back there. Dog is telling me to get off the computer and go give her dinner. Anyway, let's do this. I'm trying to pull him out of position, basically. Do that. Because now that entire line is open. I'm gonna hold it. Now I need to keep the ball though, is the problem. It's doable if you can keep it. Maybe. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind him getting injured. And that's a second yellow card. Thinking about this. I can give it to him? Let me think. If he can keep the ball, then we can actually get a shot next turn. But he has to keep it. 20 is a lot. 20 might not work. Yeah, alright, I'm coming. She's telling me to get off the computer. Dogs, they can communicate without words once you've known them for long enough. Yeah, but this is a straight shot because we have the lane open, which is why I needed to start him over there. And it's not the best shot, you know. 6 versus 8 isn't great, but it is a power shot. And he's also in the box, so we might actually get it if it doesn't go out of bounds. It went out of bounds, that's good. Now let's see. Their control's not great. Now he has playing out, so we're gonna have to take the shot for sure. Who had the better control here? Probably him, I imagine. Yeah, we might do him. So who's gonna pass the ball? Because they do have a DF. So I need to be aware of that. The DF is gonna mess this up. So I need someone with good passing, ironically. So I need to do, let's see. Him again. Again, it's funny. Ooh, and then I need to play him here. Let's see if I did this properly. He goes here first, and then he goes in. There we go. Yeah, I need someone with solid passing because it's the DF, right? I need to make him a left wing midfielder. Crazy that I haven't done it yet. He'd probably be better as an AM. I don't need a wing, not a midfielder or forward. I don't need a wing forward for this team. He would make a better AM with a center. He didn't hold it. That's alright, that's not the end of the world. It's still a solid chance because he is just suffering 10%, which is really nothing. And I could go for a power shot, which isn't terrible because that's just 37. And I could potentially get another corner, but I'd rather just take the best shot here. Oh, this guy is putting in work. That's a third stop. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Wow. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna hold it? 15. Ooh, nice. I might be able to win the ball and get another opportunity here. Let's. Oh, no, that's not gonna happen. They took away the extra time. That's all right. All right, someone's getting antsy. It's time to call it. And that's over an hour plus, hour and 30 plus minutes. Is there multiplayer? There's multiplayer. There's online multiplayer. There's hot seat multiplayer. The online community doesn't really exist, so I wouldn't really hold out hope for that. If you have friends or people that you know, you can set up lobbies and stuff and set up games and connect online. And then, you know, obviously if you're local, you can do hot seat. So yeah, it's there. I wouldn't buy it for multiplayer, to be completely honest. Like I've been playing it for like the past 7 or 8 years, in all honesty, a long time. And I've never really seen online multiplayer take off. Like there have been some efforts to get like a league going and stuff like that, but it never really works out. Because it's like nobody ever really wants to do the work to host it. But if you have friends to play with, it could be worth it for that, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, but you know, I'm about to take a break for at least a couple of hours because someone's telling me to go give them dinner. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Again, I'll probably split this up into chapters. It's easier to follow when you know exactly when matches start and end, instead of just having this one long stream recording. Yeah, but I'll see if I can jump on later.